And I want to say that to list A actors and list B, list C, you not being contracted is a reduction of your personality.
Okay. Once more, you're welcome on the Daniel A. Bami podcast. And today, we'll be having a real conversation. We'll be having it deep. We'll be having it simple. The city of Kumba, this conversation is for you. And why not the industry at large? We'll be having some history pertaining to Kumba, some issues that happened in the industry, how it was resolved, many things. So, we are having someone who's been in the industry for a very long time. He has a lot of award to his name. And the name is Kenjo Andreas. Doctor, you're welcome on the Daniel A. Bami podcast. We've heard a lot about your award winning films as an award winning actor, dynamic gospel singer, and also theological perspective. So today we will be teaching us a lot of value here on the Value Talks as we turn to converse. Thank you for being on this particular program for today.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be in your program, and it's always a pleasure, and always be ready to be here at any time.
Okay, so today we'll be talking about issues about entertainment. So tell us, who are we talking to?
Um, I'm called Keju Andreas, popularly known as the radical, that's in the religious world, in the entertainment world, known as the man with the vocal. And on social media, Keju Andreas Official is actually my official page. I'm a Cameroonian from the Northwest and the Southwest. Northwest because my mom is from Northwest, and the Southwest because my dad actually is from the Southwest. So I'm a full-blooded Anglophone.
So you're a mixture of the two problems.
Yes, no problem.
You're a mixture of the real world. So I mean, putting it that you're a real Anglophone makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Like you cannot divide me this way or this way.
There's no way. There's no way. The words of it is I'm married to a French lady, so
Wow.
it makes me a full Cameroonian.
It makes you like a full Cameroonian. Double carry everything.
Yeah. So I'm an actor, a director, a scriptwriter. I run a production house, Diplomats Movie International. Also a gospel artist for some time with about some few albums in the market. And recently I'm working on some stuff also still on the side of the music. So it's been a long journey by the grace of God for close to 21 years in the industry.
Well, close to 21 years.
21 silent years, because I started in 2003. I don't want to bring drama days in school and all that. So, in a nutshell, that's...
Okay, why the name Diplomat Entertainment? You know that particular name. First time I read it was like ringing in my mind like Diplomat. I was like, okay, let me go back.
Okay.
Is it the name of the production house? What's happening? And I read it again and again and again. Why the name Diplomat Entertainment?
Yeah, the name Diplomat Entertainment is actually, I run a ministry out of the entertainment world. I'm a bishop-elect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a bishop-elect, and the name of my ministry is God's Diplomat Ministries. God's Diplomat Ministries is the name of the ministry. So, Diplomat Movie International is just like the theater arts arm of the ministry. Because I believe so much in entertainment and bringing youths and bringing people together. I should not just empower them spiritually, but they should also be empowered by making good use of their talent. Because there are those talents that not everybody will be good in prayers, not everybody will be good in speaking in tongues, not everybody will be good in singing or whatever. But what do we do with those youths in church who can't sing, who can't pray, who can't fast? But they have something to offer. They can't preach, so, but they can act.
What does it mean to be a pastor, entertainer, and the rest? Which one is more popular? The pastor or the entertainer?
Lord,
Let's say in terms of town, right? In which town is which one more popular?
it all depends on what we look at it to be popular. I don't know, but to me, none is popular because I didn't go for popularity.
Okay.
Yes, I went to impact lives
Okay.
and not to become popular. That's why a lot of persons, even in Cameroon, they are shocked to know that I'm 21 years in the industry. So I call it 21 silent years because I'm not interested in making the name as Keju Andreas, but I'm interested in impacting lives and bringing up younger ones, both in the church and so none is popular.
Which means that entertainment to you is just not a matter of carrying a camera, going out there for the purpose for which most people go for. Like people want to actually be known, famous and the rest.
They want to be seen, to be known. It's good, it's not bad. And that's why a lot of them they've gone beyond their normal shadow.
Yeah.
Because they want to do it overnight. I must be known. I should be known. People need to. If you don't go for fame, fame looks for you. When you look for fame, fame comes within a short while and it fades out. But if you don't go for fame, it takes time, but fame looks for you. So I'm playing the other side.
What does movie making means to you? Because now, as a minister of God, so what does it really mean to you? Why do you do it?
Movie making means a lot to me.
Okay.
It means the whole world to me. That's why I've been through a lot as a pastor and an actor. I don't even want to go to the side of directing. Pastor and an actor or a filmmaker. You know, the system where I am coming from, my spiritual background, till date, a lot of persons, they don't buy it. They don't see why this kind of a person in the religious or in the Christian world should find himself at this level, because to them they look like you are dealing with unbelievers and so on. So if it meant nothing to me, I would have abandoned it far back. But because of the seriousness of what I'm having at the back of my mind and where I am heading to, it keeps me going. Now, movie making serves as a means of me actually conveying the message I was born to preach. Not just preaching to a limited audience within the four walls of a church, but extending to the global system of the world. Because when you preach the gospel through acting, you don't know exactly where that movie will be watched. That's why for 21 years, I've been very careful on what I preach. I've been very careful on the kind of roles I interpret on set. And I can tell you that for 21 years, an actor, over 100 and something movies, I've never kissed in a movie.
No. I don't feel good getting that. I can imagine how many people you've been on set with who all they're longing for right now is just, having you and just, since you've had it now as, okay, I don't kiss and I'm not.
Yeah, it has been a serious time because I remember one time they called me for a particular role. There was a movie which, Hot Town. So I went there with my wife and the director was actually the producer. It was like, we know you. But this role, we are expecting something different from you. So I actually called you and your wife so that I could have permission from your wife. I said, no, it's not about my wife. Of course, my wife met me already into the entertaining world, even though not that popular. But so if it's about my wife, then you should accept me for who I am. But now it's about God and my religious values. A personal decision which I took, and I've been keeping to that for 21 years. I've never kissed. I've never romanced a woman on the bed. Not that I'm not good on romantic roles. Of course, if I pick a romantic role here, the girls will go crazy. But I do everything possible, And the director was like, you just have to do this. Then I told him, I said, now let's look at it this other way. What if, because I was to be, let me use the common parlance, Chef Bami.
Yes.
Now let's look at it the other way. Have we not realized that a lot of Chef Bambis, they are noted for womanizing, going clubbing, smoking, and getting drunk before they go and do something. Now let's look at this kind of Chef Bandi who does not drink, he does not smoke, he does not have time for women. Now, what kind of a human being is that? He becomes more dangerous than any other person. And he was like, I'm trying to see the angle, and in my heart, oh, thank you, Jesus, for this. You just saved me. And that's how I took that role. And a lot of persons, when they watched that movie, they actually appreciated the angle that he came. But I just wanted not to disappoint the director, but to bring a more positive suggestion which will help the project without killing it or destroying it. Yeah, so movie making means a lot to me. I faced a lot of persecution. People have rejected me. My religious people, some don't even come close to me. I know of so many of my colleagues who look at me and they're like, you're a backslider. That one don't backslide. That one don't. No, it's not a man of God. Don't. I know of churches that they've cancelled my invitation, my preaching invitation, because they discovered there was an actor, the director, to filmmaking, but it has not changed me.
When you talk of your being a director, man of God, and all of this, I think basically just about two people that I know of in the world. I'll be thinking of someone like T.D. Jakes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because T.D. Jakes too happens to be in the industry, behind the cams. And we have someone like this guy with this long rasta in Nigeria, who was ordained the general overseer of his father's church.
Yeah.
So, these are the two people I have at the back of my mind. And I know it's really not an easy journey, like trying to actually explain that which you're supposed to explain, trying to do what you're supposed to do as a man of God, and still be able to stand out there being like interpreting roles as an actor and the rest. It's a very difficult one. What's one of the biggest challenge you've had being as because you're a man of God and also an actor? Which one was your biggest challenge?
Yeah, there've been a lot. But the biggest challenge is struggling to pass a message, and people now use your calling to bring it into your acting field. They don't see you as an actor, they see you as a pastor in an acting role. That has always been my biggest challenge. For example, you pick a gun in a movie and you want to act, you want to interpret a character, and somebody calls you, child, you're a man of God now. Why? Why are you that wicked? I don't know if they don't look at it like this is just acting.
Yeah.
When you come and meet people, you want to talk the way actors talk, the way they clown, the way they feel free. Someone just have to remind you that, man, jokishly, you are a man of God.
Yeah, because we have industries that are dirtier than the entertainment industry. Like we have a lot.
Yes.
We have a lot of workplaces that are really dirty.
Of course.
But now people don't actually understand that acting is acting.
That's it.
Like, I don't know, the reminder needs a level of education. Like, we really are supposed to go out there to explain that, okay, it's in acting, two the so they act na act. That means actually, because people don't know that for a scene to be shot, we have no less than 22 people around that particular environment.
They don't see that.
They don't see that.
They judge you on the finished product
Yeah.
and the normal system around. And a lot of persons just look at the entertainment industry like it's a rotten place, just like what you're saying.
Yes.
But we fail to understand that our government systems are rotten.
Minus
These same
going
persons
there,
are
we are
working
even
there.
going too far because it's as if we have to literally explain to people that this thing is acting. Okay, let's check among all the professions. The acting was now integrated into secondary.
Yes,
To tell you
Yeah.
how important this particular thing
that's
is,
it.
is been. I mean, we have to explain to people. Now, acting, we be actor. That's it. Now, acting.
And to some, no matter how you explain, I know one of the members in our church. I was acting in one movie, The Crown.
Yeah.
The Crown, and I was with this lady, Marie Bakery. It's a very close family friend, an actress also, a face from Cuba also. And I was this guy from the United States, the prince, but the guy who went there and is this American type, came back just womanizing around. And when I came in, Marie Bakery had to, the actress, the character, the female character had to like sleep on my chest because she was one of the girls among the many girls I was dating. And when they were playing that particular that movie, when they came to that scene, one of the mothers in my church was like, "What is daddy doing like that?" Yes, I was scared for daddy chest. Jesus. And I was like, "Oh God, where do I start explaining? Where do I start explaining to this mother that this thing is acting?" Come on, I mean, I felt so bad, and I had to go to church. You will start to preach a message which has to now defend that act and all of that. You have to start explaining to them that no, this thing is not real. You are just acting. That the sleeping, is not. There are so many persons. You are not in the pornography industry. They are like that. Now, to make it worse, about 3 or 4 of my pastors had to resign from the ministry and left our church and started their own ministry, joined other churches because I'm an actor.
How did you feel?
I felt bad, but I had no choice.
But what did this make you think about? Like, was this one of the I think this one should be like maybe one of the toughest things that could happen to you, like a disciple of yours, someone you're mentoring actually leaves the ministry, who already understands that, okay, I'm into acting, but now leaving the ministry of the same reason, because I'm sure if anyone had the clear message of the reason why you're in the acting domain, would have been these people, the pastors, because you must have explained to them. So when they left, was how was it like taking that?
I felt bad. But you see, in life, not everybody will accept what you do, no matter how you explain, no matter the concrete evidences you give. Not everybody will accept it. Not everyone who starts with you will actually end with you. Because amidst these persons, there are people who are still there with me, who were part of the crew. Now, these same persons, they are benefiting from, or they've benefited from the acting. The acting paid me, and I pay the church. The acting gives me money, and I pay them. You see the point, the sides now. Now, you saw me acting an epic movie, and my chest, my body was up. I was acting as a king. And you say you cannot be under a man who exposes himself to the public, his body to the public, his chest. My spiritual father's chest is out as a king who is interpreting a role. But you are eating that spiritual father's money from that exposed chest.
Now, do you see this as, is it a problem? Did these people, for any reason, like, the spirituality, the way we put it, like, you're their spiritual father? Is there any reason why these guys could be embarrassed by looking at your chest? Like, you're exposed.
A bad child is a bad child. And a good child is a good child. Judas Iscariot must always be among disciples.
I think it's because you're different.
Because these same people, they have not abandoned their biological fathers who are drunk and they disgrace them in the street. They've not removed their names from their ID cards. They did not just show their empty chests. They actually slept in the gutters. And people were like, yeesh. They still answer their names. They are still their sons. They still keep them in the house. They are still there in the family. They still insult them. They stay quiet. Why church?
Why do you keep pushing the action? Because it's showing that it's a problem. Why?
It's a problem to those who think it's a problem.
But to you,
It's
personally,
not a problem.
you see, you find more joy when you
Because
go
I
through
know-
the trials and all of this is
I enjoy it because with time, a lot will get to understand where I am going to. Some are already aligning themselves to have that understanding now. A lot call and they are like, Daddy, we can now see what you used to say. Wow. When they give awards and they are taking the honor, they are like, ooh, this is our father. We are proud of you, Daddy. Yeah. You know, see, if you know where you are going to, don't expect to arrive there with everybody.
Do you know of anyone doing the same thing you're doing? Actor, director,
Yes.
and pastor.
There is Apostle Tabe Korat,
Okay, still in
the Secretary General of is it Producers Guild?
Okay.
Under CFI.
You've had a conversation with him.
I was just with him, I think 4 days ago, one of our colleagues lost the mom.
Mhm.
So we were there and we were discussing on these things.
Yeah.
You know, we were like, well, it's well. But we must be careful that we don't allow a corrupt section of the system press us down. Let people misinterpret you when you know that you are not doing what they are saying that you are doing.
But the scripture makes us to understand that we should become as them so as to win them. Is that one of the reasons why you think your actions are not to be, your actions are okay?
Now we are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
We are not of the world. Being in a place is one thing. Accepting the evil act of the system is another thing.
But are you
That's
in
a
the
page
system
of
to
trouble.
change the system or to conform to the
I'm
system?
in the system, not to conform to a system,
Mm-hmm.
but to see how, by the grace of God, I can bring in my own little contribution to bring a change.
Which means that consciously you've got this particular thing or this particular kind of ideology you've conceptualized from foundation to gradually instill into the system.
And slowly but surely, God is helping me to gain grounds. I know this is a public statement now, and many may feel that like, is this what this man has been doing now? There are places where we used to go and they will not pray. Today they are praying.
Amen.
There's a dimension of laxity and unseriousness when it comes to the mentioning of God within actors to some persons which I knew. Slowly they are now like, Pastor, they no major pray. Now you may think that they are just saying major pray. To me, it is important. May just pray. Yes. Thank you, God, for the opportunity.
Which means that right now, actually, some people turn to remember prayer and you're the reference to prayer
That is it.
without you actually being the one to say, okay, it is time
It is
or let us
time
pray.
for us to pray. Consciously or unconsciously, they just realize that they have to pray. Now, when you people when Passion TV came to Kumba, I stayed quiet. I didn't say anything about prayers. The coordinator started talking. And why the coordinator was talking One of the filmmakers around me was like, why are they starting this meeting without prayers? In me, I was like, thank you, Lord. Let it not be that I'm the one saying it, because it will come from the angle of this is a pastor. Now, when your manager said, let's pray, I said, okay, I'm celebrating God because an outsider who is not in Kumba recently is bringing value to prayer to make you know that the persons you also think that they are up there, they went up there with Jesus. They went up there still acknowledging God. And I'm just so happy with the coming in of Donald Trump in the United States of America. He's coming back because Jesus keeps hitting himself and taking over the nations. And so we are taking over the entertainment industry slowly but surely.
What do you think can be, for instance, I love the fact that you made the reference of the manager actually praying and was like a fulfillment to your own heart for it not to have come from you. So, prayer. Praying in public places, you're a man of God.
Yes.
You see people coming for, because now, the way it's out there as if you just come and you're talking more about God, you don't really have too much of practical sense.
That's what a lot of persons think. But it's wrong. It's not true. That used to be maybe far back.
I think this should be because most believers who are actually making it tend to hide themselves.
That is where we have some persons facing persecution in the industry, most especially in Cameroon. I will cite Cameroon because a country like Nigeria, I've been there a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
You meet directors who are born again, actors, top actors who are even general overseers. They run ministries.
Mm-hmm.
Not fake, not struggling to do the religious stuff. No,
Mm-hmm.
serious born again. Some are ordained reverends. So, to a Nigerian, it's not a problem you being a general overseer and you are an entertainer. Now look at this guy in Ghana. Is it Maji Michel?
Yes, Maji Michel.
Do you know he's a preacher?
Yeah,
A general overseer
Mm-hmm.
running a ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Suzanne Mamaji
Mm-hmm.
is a preacher of the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Eukaria. All of these persons, they've aligned themselves. A lot of them are general overseers. They run their personal ministries. Most times when we meet on set, this one is like, my ministry is God's general ministry.
What do you think is a
international.
problem to our nation pertaining to this?
Our nation is having this problem of Cameroon we are suffering from a foundational problem. Let me start. I wanted to take it shallow, but let me go deep.
Okay.
Foundational problems.
Mm-hmm.
We were taught that holiness is staying away from people and the worldly system.
I don't think it's a problem from our nation. I think, why don't you think it could still be the fact that most people look at entertainers as not really making it from the entertainment industry? Because now, someone who is making it actually, if the person comes out and speak and says, okay, I believe in Jesus, I speak in tongues and the rest, every other person listen. You don't care or you care. You get it. You may stand or you don't stop to listen to the person. So I think this one too is at the back of the mind of, is that there is a problem too pertaining to this aspect. Because we've had conversation with a lot of people talking about the fact that you see A-list actors complaining about income, lesbian, and all of this is an issue in the industry. I think this one too happens to be one of the reasons why people don't really come out straight to talk about that which they believe in.
Now, I will beg to tell you that that's not true. Being paid or not being paid does not kill your voice and your value.
Your values may not be loud because you're not cashing out.
If catch is the reason why your value become loud, then there is a challenge with the value.
Because I think, why is it that we've not seen? Because like it's good we have a reference like someone like director Ena John Scott, who
Yes.
is a good and a strong believer.
Yeah.
Anyone who's come close to him will understand that he is a believer.
Mhm.
With such a person going that loud and around him, I think it becomes a very normal thing for us to know that actually believers can still be in the entertainment industry, and it's normal.
The point I want to debunk here is we should not bring out our identity of who we are on the grounds of how much we are being paid or what we benefit from what we are doing. Because your salvation, your belief system has nothing to do with the cash in your hand.
But a lot of people's voices are being silent because actually they cannot just make their voice known because of me I still struggle. I don't want talk me near Alva. You understand? It's a problem.
Then you are not ready for persecution.
They need more role models.
Why do you need a role model when you believe in something? I will ask you.
Role models actually help because for instance, I remember I was in my being in church under leadership, and I was the leader of my department. And one of the things that really strengthened me at the time, which I really remember vividly, was I had a pastor, our youth pastor, who was the leader over me. He used to stand in front of us to hit his chest and say, like, no lady can seduce me so far to make me have anything to do with her. It's not possible. No one. This statement actually strengthens me because he said it. As a leader, I saw the possibility in them. So, in his words, I could now guard myself to say, okay, it's also possible. If he can make this kind of declarations in front of us, then I too will still growing, maybe with some forms of temptation, can also. So, I think those who are already in faith should stand loud to say, this is my belief system, like you're talking about the infusion of the prayer and people actually thinking about prayer without necessarily thinking about you, proposing by asking you to pray is a good one because you've brought that consciousness into play. So I think those who are already in faith, right, especially the top ones, should actually voice out their belief system. There are a lot of people who strengthen their faith indirectly.
Good. Do you know why you decided to listen to what he said and it became an encouragement to you?
No.
Because right down deep, you were looking for a support system that will help what you already have. He was talking to you, but not to you alone. There were so many persons. Even after making that statement, so many of the youths there, they continue doing what? Now, that action is not because I'm not against the issue of role models going up. No. The point I'm making here is, as an individual, don't hide your identity because nobody said anything about that, or you don't have money. Money should not be the reason why you now say, okay, now that I am rich, now that I am wealthy, okay, now that I have a TV station, I can now talk because, by my position. What happens to that person who would have listened to you when you are nobody?
We are talking here about young people actually having options at this particular time.
Yes.
People have options. People have options, and they are thinking like, okay, this thing, like if I go sleep in church every day, if I do this, okay, I'm already in church, I'm serving in this department, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Focusing my mind on the ministry which I am in and actually going everywhere to inform everyone that, okay, I am of this, I am of that. Will it really benefit me? Is it helping me? Or I should just stay silent, go among them, just be as them or identify as me so as to make some things, like if you identify now that I belong to the prayer band in my church. So whatever is happening right there, people will, okay, no, you that belong to the prayer band, it becomes your attribute. People do not actually relate to you the way they relate to every other person. You become kind of like different. I think with this is the reason why I'm talking about this role modeling. Like, okay, wow, you should be shocked to know that, hey, I've been with this brother for this long or this man for this long, and he's an actual believer who speaks in tongues. So it can change your perspective to also say, no, I identify somewhere and the rest. I'm just saying that, not identifying at times with some people is just because of rich interaction, like you, for instance, saying, okay, someone lies on your chest and it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Imagine someone who was also on set who said, okay, you said that man was a pastor now. Why is he comfortable with that role? And I'm permitting that lady to actually sleep on the chest.
And that has been some of the attacks. Now, to make this point clear and go back to my point.
Okay.
Money. Because we're talking about
Yes.
maybe having money that amplifies your voice.
Yes.
We should understand that life is in stages.
Okay.
People deal with different categories of people, and God raises people at different times. The message I'm passing here is for every class of human being.
Okay.
So that no one should feel like, okay, I don't have the money now, so let me stay quiet. To let the world know, the entertainment industry know that I am a born again, I'm a child of God, I belong to Jesus, I love him, he's my everything. So he's keeping me away from acting. No. Now, to the truck pushers, God raises somebody there. To the bike riders, people are in that level. At the level of the presidency, you have people who talk to ministers. They have gotten to that level, they have a voice there. Even to the poor beggar, there is a voice. So in that your state, which you think that you don't have the means to let the world know your stand, your values about God in the entertainment industry, God has still given you a voice to speak in one way or the other, which you don't actually need cash for that voice to be heard. So if you are an entertainer and you are born again, let everyone know your identity. It will help you.
How?
It will help you keep you away from unnecessary evil. Let me use that word, unnecessary evil. Because we are humans. When I go to a place and they introduce me, we are glad to have our veteran actor. He's a director, he's an actor, he has been in and out of the country. I stay quiet, I have not said anything yet. He is also a clergyman, he's a man of God. The clergyman and the man of God already kills a lot of stuff. You are an entertainer. You know the temptations in the entertainment industry. You know what some of those girls stand there when they are given roles and they have been given opportunity to come and act. Some of those boys who come around and the girls, not all are coming to act and end there. Some believe that, a big name is around, and because that big name is around, if I have some time with that big name, the big name may push me and take me far in the industry. Now, this big name is a man of God, is a clergyman. Now, it helps me, not you.
Yeah.
It helps me because the big name, the man of God, Baby Alpha, Udua, Daddy. Somehow it helps me because we are human beings.
Yeah, it doubles because I'm sure this is the second time we are getting the same reference about the same thing you can do with your belief system to help you go through the aspect of the shield. Like our last podcast, John Scott made reference of the fact that actually it's a very good shield because when people know of this particular value system which you've put forth, there are a lot of temptation who will not just come to you because now people know coming to you with a temptation, you have to deal with that belief system first. Because it's the first thing you deal with before getting to the person. So it's a good shield, and we heard that getting it again from you doubles again that it could really be a good one. Well, I'm talking about the young people, is just to say those who are out there should actually make their belief system more louder than they are doing because believe me, young people have got a lot of options.
Yeah.
Yes, because we have discussions of, okay, you can pass like this, do this and that. But now, if you actually know of one brother who's made it and is saying that, okay, I did not touch anything,
That
I
is
did not
it.
use any paracetamol
To
or
to become to be where I am. That's why I keep
Yeah.
insisting on 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe with time, they will get to know why I'm using the word 21 years. 21 years, I'm not really known in Cameroon
Okay.
for 21 years. After 21 years, a lot of persons, they are like, who is Kejo Andreas? For after 21 years, a lot of persons are like, wait, no, that name is not popular. That name is not popular. But I'm not moved because I'm ready to go slowly but surely. If I want to make big name, I will make it overnight within no time. I've been on several platforms which would have given me the opportunity to make that name. I don't want to blame any blogger for not picking interest in me. I don't want to, because I've been in Cameroon, in Nigeria, so many times to act with big actors and big faces. We've brought them even to Cameroon, but it's not known, it's not popular, it's not on social media. You go out there, you are acting with big actors, and most times when I sit in Cameroon and I watch these young Cameroonians, they go to Nigeria, act with those same people, and their pictures are all over social media. And someone is tapping me like, is it not the same person you were on set with? I mean, is this not your friend? I talk with some of them one-on-one. We discuss, they call me, is it, when are you bringing us to Cameroon? And so, is it not the same? I said, no, there is time for everything. It's not yet my time. It's not yet my time. People have different ways to go up. I've chosen my own way, and that my way is the way of Christ. Now, by this, I'm not accusing others that it's not the way of Christ. Our destinies are not the same.
Of course.
There are people with the way of Christ
Mm-hmm.
who blow poof within 2 weeks. Some 1 month, some 1 year, some 10 years. Some will even die, they will not be known.
Mm-hmm.
Some will even die, they will not be known. So we must keep to our belief system. Let our followers know our belief system. And when they know your belief system, it helps you. Somebody made a statement to me in Nigeria. Nah, if not serve this your pastor thing, you these guys in Cameroon, I would have helped you. Then I looked at the friend. I said, I told him straight, I said, I've gone too far with Christ to be helped by man in the industry. Now, you may just think I would have helped you. I understood his message crystal clear. It's not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third, it's not the fourth, it's not the fifth. I've had the opportunity so many times, but I keep telling myself, I've gone too far with Christ. I've gone too far with Jesus, that if he can't help me, then I don't need human help.
Has being a pastor helped you in the industry? How is this spirituality helping you in the act of being a director, an actor? That's your performance. How's your spirituality helping you in these particular roles?
It has helped me. I will gladly say and publicly say this. I don't know how you interpret it. That's your business. It has helped me to do the right thing at the right time in the industry. We have, as a director, I'm not a 100% perfect human being. I have my flaws, my children who are around me in my production house, they know, and a lot of them, they complain at times, you too like of X, too like this. But it has helped me when I'm distributing roles. That's why, if you notice personally, for those who've taken note, I stopped doing auditioning. I stopped auditioning as a director. Because, one, I want us to judge this. By the grace of God, I'm the president of Actors Guild, Meme. I have close to 200 actors in the whole of Kumba who are under my WhatsApp forum and under my control, the whole of Meme. I'm the CEO of Diplomats Movie International. I have close to 50 actors which I'm training, and the ones I have trained who are out there. A lot of them, some of them are some of your popular stars. I'm the Secretary General of the National Actors Guild of Cameroon, with close to 100 and something to 200 actors in the WhatsApp forum, and all the English-speaking actors, both those in the WhatsApp forum and none in the WhatsApp forum. I'm the Secretary General. I know so many actors in and out of Cameroon. I've been with them for years. I want to shoot a film. I take poster and go and put for auditioning. I need 5 characters, and I already know the 5 characters who can interpret, because one of the things, especially when I'm writing a script, I write script with characters in my mind. Is that not deception? When I actually know that I have the characters I am looking for.
Are you standing against audition?
I'm not against auditioning, because not every director is in my level.
So you're saying,
of exposure, as in connecting to actors.
Okay, so your reason for talking about this is because now this connection with the actors, you already know them. You can
I know this person can do this, this one can do this. I know that Jordan can do this, this other person can do this, this one can do this. If I know this person's ability, auditionings are wonderful. They are good. But we should not make auditioning a stress and a political something. That's what I'm fighting against. Auditionings are wonderful, excellent. It's good to do auditioning, because through auditioning, you discover fresh talent. You discover undiscovered talent.
Have you seen problem with auditioning recently?
I saw a lot of problems with auditioning. And these are the things I'm citing here, which if we stop it, then auditionings can continue. Even myself out. Now, the point I'm making here is, why will I be going to do auditioning, disturbing people's children, paying their transport, when I know that no matter the performance they will do, they will not be by merit? I have my actors already. One, the actors who came maybe through sex. You had sex with them and you had to position them already. The ones who came by bribery, by giving you money. They've given you money already. You know that, okay, so you must, if you don't, the ones who are coming by the pressure from the producer, because these are things we need to discuss them. Because there are producers who come, they put, or executive producers, they put money, and they are mounting pressure on you to use a particular character, even if that character is not qualified to be there. So if we already have all of this, why are we doing auditioning?
Auditioning is necessary.
To do what? Which at the end of the day, you know that even if you discover fresh talent there, you will never use the fresh talent. If you will use the fresh talent, do auditioning in every project. Because you can organize an auditioning just to select one character. Now, people should not misunderstand me. I am not 100% against auditioning. It is good, but auditioning should be done on the grounds of justice.
Should people pay for auditioning?
Fairness. Why should you pay for auditioning?
Why not?
Why should you? Why should I pay to be auditioned? Those are some of the things that CFI is fighting against. The Actors Guild is fighting against, and I personally am fighting against it.
So if you see a flyer out there and they are talking of auditioning and an amount of money is being put there, why would you say people should not pay?
I will not tell them not to pay.
But your guilt
But
does
my
that.
children,
Your guilt does that.
no, I'm not the guild president. I'm just a secretary.
I understand, but that's what the guilt stands for, right?
The guild stands for that.
Yes.
If you will come and ask for my opinion
Mm-hmm.
and say, Mr. Secretary General and actors Nakam Guild, what do you say? We'll say that we are not for it. If you want to go and pay your money, they eat your money. That's your problem. Now,
But
why
the
are
money
we?
is not refundable when they say the people.
It's not refundable.
Yes.
Why? Why is it non-refundable? Because you are looking for money to do your project.
No, not so.
A
Not,
lot of-
not every
See,
case.
now-
Because now we can the money can be collected for the purpose of like maybe running the advertisement, paying for the venue where this particular audition will be held. I think with reputable production houses, it depends on the project itself. Because okay, let's say for instance, shows like these reality TV shows, people pay for audition. You don't just go for auditioning and people come sit. Because now we are talking of audition where we invited people to come actually sit for to hear the actors and the rest. You have to actually be able to keep these people. So coming in and paying an amount of money, how is it a problem? I think the amount here should be the problem, and not the fact that people go ahead to actually pay for this purpose. Because to run one audition, for instance, like in our own space here, will cost you not less than 200,000 francs. Why would people not pay to see these people sit down for some time? The forms go around and the rest, maybe some light refreshments. And I mean, only if we want to be doing but auditioning where we turn to invite no one. What if, for instance, we're inviting you from Kumba to come be one of our judge? We'll have to transport you. If the audition goes till evening, you have to be given a guest house. And we may have to also fit your pocket because you are coming into a space where we have young actors who are actually growing, who want to see you. So that value should be put in together. So I think this one should be like, okay, which production house is actually asking for this audition fee? And what is the amount of money? Not just going to say, okay, every audition should not be paid. To me, I don't see that as showbiz. It's instead killing an aspect in the showbiz.
Okay, you are right. That's excellent judgment. Fantastic judgment. But now let's look at it this way.
Okay.
You know, I will always like us to talk within our context, within the boundaries of our nation.
Yes.
These things used to happen. Why is it having resistance now?
Because it became a money extorting affair.
I'm glad you gave the answer.
Yes.
The first question is, you want to produce a movie, right? Because I don't want to go into other fields. I want to go to movie.
Yes, let's talk
Because
about movie
other
making.
things, music, you
Yes.
can do your other auditioning, the people pay. I don't want to go into that. You want to do a movie. What is the running cost of this movie? Some of these restrictions came in because people were now using auditioning money as a means of shooting a movie project, which is wrong. That's where these things started coming up. At first, it wasn't like that. Auditioning were the word paying for auditioning was not even there. It was getting a form to buy a form. We're like buying a form or something like that.
That's what we paid for.
So, but producers were coming up overnight. A Sunday school child would just sit and like, what is the interest of Cameroonians now? They want to act. So what do I do? Let me write a kind of funny story. I want to shoot a movie. The movie will cost me 300,000. How do I raise this 300,000? How do I raise this 300,000? Okay, let me put audition in 1,000. If they come, if 50 persons, if 300 persons come and they give me 1,000, hi, that's 300,000. They're already doing calculations. So the movie project, they don't have any money, nothing put in place. They are coming there to use the audition money. I have seen those things over the years, and we have had children cry over the years. So some of this reaction from the CFI or the NACAM or the Actors Guild is as a result of the constant tears and weeping and suffering that people have gone through in the name of auditioning, paid auditioning. So it is better they don't give anything.
It's better they don't give anything. No, but to me, seriously.
You should have a budget for your project.
It is true. You should have a budget for your project. But I'm looking at it in this perspective. It's affecting the showbiz in the country. It's affecting the showbiz in the country. To this particular aspect I've explained. Like, for instance, you have the budget to your project. But now, the budget initially for the audition, you look at it like, okay, let the audition fee actually sustain the audition process. Advertisement is supposed to be done pertaining to people coming, and normally you pay for this advert. Let's say, for instance, you decide to go for 3 media houses. The list of media house you go to is 200,000 francs. If you have to sit there, if the media house makes sense, it's 200,000 francs for you to go sit up about the movie and the reason why people should come for the audition. Let's say you go for 3, that's 600,000. For people to come for audition, you invite the judges to come sit, and all of that, and people come and still not pay for the audition for all of that. To me, I think processes should be put into play. I see this okay, it's because of the charlatans. But how do we identify the charlatans? Actual production houses who are being known, directors that are known, producers that are known, who can actually go through a process of submitting their script at the level of the office. There can be a declaration of maybe a bank statement to actually prove that there is fund to run this particular project. I think there should be some processes to this, then an audition fee that is stated, which cannot be exceeded. Then, based on your capacity as a production house and the crowd you can pull, will now determine the amount of money you make in your pocket. There are auditions that are called and just about 20 people are there. What becomes of those people? They'll receive just 20,000 francs if the audition is 1,000. I'm saying that this process has actually disturbed a level of showbiz from within the country. I understand the argument. I've paid for auditions. I've paid for auditions in Douala, Yaoundé, Bafoussam, Bamenda, Boya. We moved around for audition. We traveled to Yaoundé for audition and come back. That is it. We go there and we paid. Back in the days when we bought the forms, because literally was just at the level of the forms. We bought the forms and all of this was being done. I understand. The budgeting went. Whatever was done was done. But now, is there a way we can actually control this to help the showbiz aspect of the industry, to actually help the producers, directors who are working? Because, it is business. How do we control it? Or should we just put a red flag to it? Because what you're saying right now, audition is becoming a serious problem in the industry. Like, every podcast we've had, when the name of audition is mentioned, everyone has got his own angle. And lots of people are becoming discouraged, not to talk of actors, who are now bent at the fact that, okay, I don't have any business with audition. Like, I cannot go for an audition with the producer or the director or the production house having their pre-actors already in mind and using us as scapegoats to actually advertise their movies. We've heard these things, but now it's an issue. I was gotten through audition in most of the projects that I featured in. I'm sure you also enjoyed the fruits of audition back in the days. Should we stop audition? No. How do we identify the new characters now today? It becomes a very big problem if we don't have audition. So I think your body, and since you're the Secretary General at the level of, I know this one is a fight. I don't stand for the fact that people should be paid money for unnecessary things, for people who just want to collect people's money and go sit back home with no script. Finally, the story does not come up. So is there a solution to this? What can we actually do to solve this problem?
All right. Let's look at it this way. Cameroon in general, the film industry, the actors, or the filmmakers, I'm not really sure that to a certain number of persons who've taken movie like a business. Because most times we are comparing ourselves with Nigerians and Ghanaians. We fail to understand that a lot of their actors, they are not doing any other thing in life but acting.
Welcome back, still on the Daniel A. Bami podcast. And as you know, we have today with us in the studio Dr. Kenjo Andreas, who came right away from the city of Kumba to download and make us understand a lot of things pertaining to what is happening in the industry. He's an award-winning actor, director, and his future in more than 100 of movies in and out of the country. And believe me, today, who we have in the studio is not just someone who's talking. He's actually talking about his experiences and a lot of things. And before we went on our break, we're talking about contracts. Contracts, how are contracts important to the sustainability of the industry which we are in right now? What is the importance of contracts? You have experience acting in and out of the country. So, in comparison to this issue of contract, how can you how is contracts being handled out of the country in comparison to our own industry? So, where are we lacking?
Thank you very much. You see, this issue of contracts, recently, the National Actors Guild of Cameroon organized a seminar to teach on how to write a contract form for actors. I was on the side of actors. That was because we have seen that a lot of Cameroonian actors, they don't have value for contracts. Let me say a lot of Cameroonian filmmakers, producers, directors, actors, they don't understand the importance of contract. One, contract helps you keep yourself disciplined. Contract helps your employee keeps his or herself disciplined. Contract does not only favor you, it favors the opposite person. And contract does not only favor the person who employs you, it also favors the two of you. Contract will help you to be on set on time. Contract will help your producer to pay your money at the end of the project as agreed in the contract. Contract will let you know that this thing you are doing by 8 o'clock, you should leave your house because you're supposed to be on set by 9. Because without a contract, they follow the you. Celebrity life will kill you. That's why we have a lot of failed projects today because of this thing called celebrity life and time, which is stupid to me. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's lack of contracts. Let's look at what is happening in Nigeria. You break the contract rules, they take you to court. You pay. They report you to the guild or they call your guild president and they report. The first question, is there a contract? Yes. What does the contract state? Let's say you're a producer. I'm an actor. We don't have any contract. And are supposed to be on your set by 7 a.m. for a particular scene which you want to pick with me before the sun goes down to a certain level or before the sun rises or comes out at that particular time. You know, like in the Northwest, when you go to the Northwest, that kind of 6:30, there's a kind of dew which is up the hills. You are doing an epic movie which at that particular time 6, you suppose that character need to be there for you to have that direct something which is not faked in the machine.
I love the detail of how you've put it because now it tells the professionalism and that which we tend to miss because of our actors not actually respecting the norms and the vision of the director. Because now you're talking about 6. You're talking about the time. Yes. And if this actor is not on set at that particular time, the entire vision of the project
is destroyed.
is destroyed.
And you cannot hold that actor if there is no contract. And that contract must carry that time. Because when they want to judge you, they will look into the contract. If there are shots you need, if you will use an actor for 24 hours, your contract should state all of that. Now, if you are not there by that 6, and the contract states that you need to be on set by 5:30, you are not there by 6, and I miss that particular shot because you are a big celebrity. They need to come and be begging you when you are resting in your hotel. They send a car to come and pick you up and so on. You have not brushed your mouth, your eyes are not yet clear. You need to go and take one man. You drank yesterday, you got drunk. You know, there's a lot of indiscipline in our industry in this Cameroon. You're on set tomorrow, you drink today and get drunk and forget that you need to start shooting by 6 a.m. tomorrow. And when they want to talk to you, you say, listen, you don't, if you do the nonsense, I give your money back. How much did you even pay me?
And it's not about the money.
And it's not about the money.
Because you are hired over many actors.
So by coming
listed
and being there means you agree to the 200 francs I paid you. You rejected 20 million and accepted that 200. And accepting that 200 francs, you must go according to the rules. But now, if you don't accept, there is nothing stated in the contract form, then how do I hold you or how do you hold me? You finish the project, I don't pay your money. There is no contract between us. So contract form helps the producer and also helps the actor. But now, a lot of actors don't like contract form intentionally, especially in Cameroon, because of indiscipline. Because you will hold them by their contract form. A lot of producers also don't give out contract form because of canny attitude at the end of the project. Because you will have nothing to hold them with. If you take them to court, they will say, we have no agreement. So I am encouraging that they should be, if we are talking about business, because from the last question, we are looking on the solution. We should talk business in Cameroon. The Cameroon film industry should make sure that there is the business mentality inculcated into filmmakers in Cameroon. From there, a lot will change. I want to tell you that I have been on several sets by the grace of God. There is a lot of indiscipline in Cameroon when it has to do with time and composure on set. Cameroon sets are one of the sets that an actor can come when they like. When they like. Director can keep people on set and come by 2 p.m. when people have been there since how many o'clock? It is on Cameroon set. I have seen a DOP calling a director to tell the director that when the actors have come, you call me. A DOP will call director, say, you know, say that actor already can't let no. So anytime when they come, director, call me, I will come. I've seen that only on Cameroon set. All of these things are happening because there is no contract form. Because if you have a contract form, you sign the contract form, you must abide to the contract form. Contract form will help producers go under the pressure of paying actors.
And as a result of this, they'll think of more avenues on how to make money.
On how to make money. Because a lot of producers know that they can play any game and people will still act. Of course, persons are looking for opportunity and actors are looking for opportunity. The problem is not actors looking for opportunity. Can the people looking for the opportunity really deliver what you are looking for?
You know, the importance of contract form do not just end at the level of... if actors actually understand the importance of a contract form, is so big that there's a showbiz aspect to it. Like a serious showbiz aspect to the contract, which, because of a contract form, you can actually hold the biggest project in this country.
Why not?
As an actor.
Why not?
Being in that, it just, like, you know, when people... It's something that I think you people at the helm of NACAM should seriously see into this, because we've had actors actors who like run away from contracts, and we're like, come on, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
Nakam is seriously working on that because of recent, just like I said before, we were really sensitizing actors on that, even teaching them on how to draft your own personal contract form. In case a producer does not bring a contract form, you can present your own. There's no crime in that. Okay, yes, I want to do. Even if you now, there is a mentality I want us to clear here. Contract form does not mean
Money.
Because that's where a lot of people have a challenge.
Yeah.
Even if you are doing a project for free, let it be stated in the contract form that I am doing this project for free. It helps you, it helps the producer, it helps the actor, it defends the right of the actor. If Nakam is coming in now, I went to that set, I was insulted, I was beaten, I was not giving this, and you are expecting Nakam to come and take action to defend you with no contract form, where do we start?
To come talk on verbal issues, like
Where
it
do we
happened
start?
in one bar, this what we actually discussed.
Where do we start? So when there is contract, there is no harm in it. Now I'm saying this for all of us to really inculcate that. Let's develop the business aspect of it. Whether it's in hard copy or soft copy, let there be a contract form. That is why you will always hear a Nigerian will tell you, go to my manager. Because once the name manager is mentioned, details are to be kept. Serious issues are to be discussed. Because the manager is not your friend. The manager may be your friend, but when talking on your behalf, he is talking on the grounds of the businessman and not your friend. I am an actor. I'm a director. I'm a producer. I know a lot of people. I have a lot of colleagues who will always want me on their set. Now, if I want to continue the way I want to continue as that normal actor and so on, my brother will go broke. And that's what has killed some of us till date. But if you know that you have to pass through my manager to get to me, I will make money out of you, my friend.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, because now, if we put together this aspect of manager, if we put together this aspect of actually signing the contract, the contract may even have a closure of, okay, I do have a free. If you blow, give me 10,000.
Give me 10,000.
Yeah,
it's in the contract.
It's in the contract.
But if it is not stated there, tomorrow the film can blow. You start working at the main noise the whole place. We were the one who did that thing. That man did not even pay us. He did not do this. What evidence do you have? Because the contract form is your evidence. The presence of your manager is your second evidence. Now, having another thing about this issue of manager and contract form, a lot of actors think that having a manager must be someone you are paying. You may not necessarily be paying a manager 12 million. There are people who can opt to manage your career.
No, managing you can even be per project.
That is it.
Yeah, because now, okay, I was called up by this production house, and I don't see myself being the one to negotiate whatever is supposed to go.
is to be discussed.
Yes. So you please discuss this for me. Okay, my discussion may be on a discount rate of, even without putting the rate. Why do we have big brothers in the industry? You send the number of someone you actually respect. After having a conversation with the person, you tell the person, please, I was called up for this particular project, and I think you should be my manager on this.
Yeah.
Do the negotiation for me. The person goes ahead and does the negotiation. Out of your own coup de coeur, you can actually now
say, okay, sir,
take this
thank
two
you for giving me this.
take this one, and the rest. The person now respects the value you placed on them. To be the one to actually, so a lot of, I think, is something we really, I understand your stress about this is really on your face, because you've gone out there, and you talking about it right now makes me to understand, wow, just this is a serious business aspect of the industry we are not regarding.
And that is killing us.
Yeah.
And that is killing us. Because one, Contract forms are not there. When you want to talk about contract form, they ask you what for. And I've already known that we will. Now you know me, I know must leave that in a while. I said, let's do this, let's just. You say, okay, talk to my manager. And I also left with this. Now, Cameroonians look at having a manager like pride.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say we need to come to this business talk first. Business idea. We must see the industry as business.
Yeah.
This thing is called showbiz.
Yeah, I think starting from this
Separate the two words.
this contract would really help.
Separate the two words. You have a show and there is biz, which is business.
Yes. I think even talking more about the contract than the manager is even better.
It's even better.
Yeah, because now talking about the manager, like you said, some people say is pride.
It's pride and
some
so
people
on.
say, why are you... Okay, let's talk about the contract. Contract me for the project.
Forget about my manager
Yes.
issue. Contract me for the project. Simple. Now, when they also come to the issue of the contract, read the contract form well. Don't just assume. Because there are clauses which if you don't read them well, it may tie you still at the end. Because some persons are afraid of contract form because they heard of somebody who was held bound by contract form. So they say, hey, that's what thing there. No, I don't need the contract form.
But contracts worldwide have got that. So read your contract form and
Because
understand.
people don't want to read.
Yes, read and
A
understand.
lot of us, a statement is made in the global world that if you want to keep the deepest secret away from Cameroonian, put it inside a book. Because they will never go to read. I don't know how factual is that, but we have killed the culture, the reading culture.
Yeah, I think this aspect of the contract is a conversation we need to have in this industry because I can see the millions hiding inside contracts.
That is it.
Can you imagine?
A lot is hiding inside.
We have millions and billions and billions and
And when
millions.
people respect contract form and it is well introduced into all the guilds, you will realize that the business face of our industry
Will
will
merge.
change.
Automatic order.
This thing will become a money-making something. You can now resign from your job. I will tell you that there are popular actors in Nigeria who are making it big today, who were not full-time actors. Then when they saw the benefits from it, they resigned from their job because they need time to put in. I mean, lawyers stop going to court. Government workers, they resign and they are into entertainment. Because to entertain people is not easy.
Even someone like Kanayo is a celebrity legal mind. Imagine when he enters a court and if he has
talking
anything,
and so on.
it makes a lot of sense.
Bob Manuel. Those are legal people.
Yeah.
But today they are into full-fledged acting because it gives them money and they have value for it. They value them for that. We went to Nigeria. I was with Bob Manuel on set, and he came there. I saw the value they gave him in his country and the disvalue they gave me out of my country in his own country. What was the secret? One, he has a contract form for the project I didn't have. He came with his PA and manager. I didn't come with any. He didn't discuss anything with the producer. His manager did. So he just came for the realization. Before he came, his hotel bill, his hotel, his feeding, everything is stated in the contract form. He signed, you signed. So everything was done. I used my own brother and sister and uncle and nephew, my Cameroon brother.
And for
Cameroon.
10 years, they are still trying to expose us to the world.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, it's
For
something.
10 years, a producer will say, we are the one trying to showcase you.
Showcase you to the world?
We are trying to showcase you.
For how many years?
After how many years?
Yeah.
So, I looked at the whole thing and I was like, well, this is a senior brother in the industry, yes. But when it comes to the issue of contract form, if he's a list A in Cameroon, I'm a list B. If he's a list A in Nigeria, I should be a list B in Nigeria. I don't know if you have the sense.
Yeah.
If he's a list A in Nigeria, then this number of years and what I have put in I should be list B. So if list A is having a contract form, list B should be given a contract form.
Yeah.
And now with the intimidation of the contract form, treatments were not the same. And even on your set here in Cameroon, treatment can never be the same.
Treatment can never be the same.
An actor that you contract and the one that you do not contract, the treatments will never be the same.
Yeah.
It will be different. So let's go back to this issue of having a contract form.
I think that should be the conversation. Because now, talking about this, I mean, for 10 years, you're still exposing us. 10 years, you're still trying to give us a platform so we could be exposed. No, give me a contract. Give me a contract form and not pay me. Give me a contract form for me to sign. Okay, I actually, because you talking, I'm just imagining like, okay, 10 years from now, I'm going through my files and I actually see, oh, I had a contract with Andreas and I acted in this project for free. These are archives. It makes me happy.
You are smiling.
You're smiling because actually there's a paper and a reference to it.
You know,
those
this
days.
in OH is very sweet.
I tell you.
You are telling your children, you see this.
Yeah, this is
I had a project with this person. There was a contract form. I had this. Where how many of these, even some of the big sets we are talking about?
Yeah.
How many do contract across?
Is missing. I'm looking at this aspect of contract like if we just do the glimpse like that, it will be a spark. Serious one in the industry.
Once you do it, put audition in 1,000, people will come. 2,000,
Yes.
10,000, it will be effective.
Now you understand from where I was going to.
With no contract form.
That's where I was going to like, we are not making money because of the lack of structure. If the contract is activated, automatically even the number of sets we hear around will end. The sets will be controlled.
There will be discipline.
Yes, there will be discipline.
Now relevant sets will come up.
Relevant sets will come up.
Now, our nation has a problem. You see, Cameroon, the film industry, for the number of years I have been, I've realized that we have, I don't know if it's a mentality problem or it's a political problem in the industry or it is, I don't know, because this issue of contract form, people have been saying it, but no implementation.
But it can be implemented somewhere. Let's keep having the conversation and creating the awareness because
we've been saying it.
Because if we have to face facts, let's bring in the contracts. Because with the contract, believe me, a lot of sets will go down.
And I want to say that to list A actors and list B, list C, you not being contracted is a reduction of your personality.
Of course.
That's the truth.
Yes.
I'm saying it to others. I'm saying it even to myself. I'm saying it to myself. I don't know where Cameroon rates me, whether I'm list A actor or list B or list C or list W or list F.
No, because this question is supposed to be asked. It's just the question escaped when we had the president of the Actors Guild.
Okay.
Because actually this question was supposed to come up.
Yeah.
To know what is that particular criteria
to rate people,
to rate someone as a list A,
list B,
list B, list C.
and F,
we don't know where the letters end.
Because we see a lot of people who are going up today, going crazy in the name of list A. Now, is list A actor on the grounds of your popularity in the nation?
Or the producers you're close to?
The producers you are close to? Or the towns you live? The towns you are coming from, or what are those criteria? Because if you ask me that question, maybe my president can answer that, or the board chair of CFI.
No, we'll be asking that question.
I don't know how they rate the list A, because you keep hearing, we're having a list A actor on set, we're having a list A actor, we're having list B. Is it on the grounds of the number of years they've put in the industry, the number of movies they've appeared in, or the number of impact they've created on social media, or the number of awards they've gotten, or how they are well known around town? Then it means anybody from Sunday school can just pop up after 2 years and becomes a list A actor. What are those criteria? And these are the things that is killing us when we have not even grown. Because people just jump from nowhere with head, no contract form. You are list A, yes. Show us the stuff that gives you that honor as a list A. You come to a set when you like. List A actors should be more disciplined people than any other actor, but the most disorganized and the most undisciplined actors on set are
bringing the highest disorder on set while on set.
The highest people who insult directors, compare with them, tell them how to call the shots. They want to control the crew, insult crew members. They are the
It's lack of
this
contract.
list A.
It's
Lack of contract. Because with a contract form, you don't have a right to talk to my crew.
Yeah. You
An
don't.
actor has no business with a DOP.
Mhm.
The people behind the camera, they are qualified to handle their issue.
Mhm.
But have we not seen actors today who go and slap DOPs? Have we not seen actors who insult a sound tech, or is telling the sound technician, no, put the sound there like this. DOP, you put the camera like this. Director, I don't like that shot. I don't like that particular shot. And these things are coming mostly from this list A we call. I've been acting by the grace of God for 21 years. Like I said from the beginning, in and out of this country. Go and ask all my directors who know me, that have been on their set. I come to a set. When I'm coming to a set to come and act, I come there as an actor. Not as a director until you ask for my help. And very few who know that, okay, this person is a director. After that, they can like, D, don't just stay quiet now. Say something about this shot. What do you think? I may now chip an idea and say, okay, I was thinking that if we put it like this. But if you don't give that opportunity, you say, can you stand here? Yes, sir. Go this way. Yes, sir. If you are a list A actor, behave like a list A actor. I went to a particular set and I didn't know that the director was observing me in particular. And when we were done with the project, he now called me and said, when my name was mentioned that I'm part of the cast coming, he was already afraid that I would give him hard time.
Because of his experience.
Keju Andreas, seeing you on social media, Nigeria, come here, and so he knows that this kind of people, when they come, because some of our celebrities, when they cross to Nigeria here and come back, Cameroonians will not rest.
Mm-hmm.
They are now big. They want to tell director what to do, tell everybody what to do. I don't like that shot. They start calling shots that does not even exist.
Of course, that's why, you talking about this issue of contract now brings me to a new conversation. Like, if you brag to me you've gone to Nigeria or you're on set, I'll ask you to show me your contract.
How many do you have contract?
No, show me your contract. You understand? So we can actually grade the value. Like, what was the value of the contract? What was the value of the contract? Were you contracted? Or you went there to go do something and now we are seeing you around social media? Because now,
social media is not contract form.
It's a serious disvalue to our industry. If they bring up our list A, list B, list C, and list whatever actors to another country without stipulated contract, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
So these guys are looking at our industry right now as an exploit.
One actor left Nigeria, one popular actor. I don't want to call the name because if I call a lot of persons who know.
Yeah.
He came. Immediately he came. I was the production manager of that set. He walked straight to me. He asked and said, who is the production manager? They said, is that man. He said, come. He said, please, even though I'm here, it's an error. I need my contract form. Tell your producer. And I was like, oh, they didn't give you? He said, we just discussed on phone, they talked with my manager, and since the job was urgent, I had to take that risk.
Mm-hmm.
I need a contract form now. Then I laughed. Then I asked him, I said, what if the contract form does not favor you now? What will you do? He said, I'm leaving back to Nigeria. That's when I understood the seriousness of contract form with Nigerians. Because first, he's out of his country.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Without that contract form, if anything happens to him, where do you start?
Mm-hmm.
What took you there?
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie project. The fact that your face is on a poster does not make you part of that project, because anybody can use your face.
Yeah.
There are people here, Cameroonians here, who carry Nigerian people's faces and put on posters who they will never come. They are not even aware of the project. A friend of mine who is of blessed memories of late, in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Nigeria for a project. Then he called me, he said, please come. Are you aware of this project? Because I saw my face on a poster in Cameroon, which I am not aware of anything. Then when I looked at it, it was supposed to be around Limbe. I looked at the whole thing. I said, but why all this deception? He told me, say, this man. I said, but I'm still preparing. So while we're planning for him to come, he died. We separated on Sunday. He died on Thursday. Now, these things do happen. You are coming without a contract form. Immediately the guy came in, the first thing, he needed a contract form. They signed the contract form and gave him, he said, okay, now I can do the project. He now had to rest and then continue. How many of our people have contract forms, even as we are talking about going out, I mean, these have gone here.
And it's so funny about these people who talk about contract. When they talk about the disapproval of their contract, they are so emotional about the thing until you may even buy their own idea. The person is like, okay, what if people don't respect contract? This, that. You're like, what are you really referring to? And it becomes very important because this contract will actually make us respect the industry.
Yes.
Actors will be respected.
Yes.
The volume of the work we do will be respected. Everything. And we also push producers to go make money from their projects.
That's it.
Or you don't come in.
Because if you know that your contract form one in a project, when you have the business idea and you are coming with this contract form issue, it will tell you the kind of actors you have on your set.
Mm-hmm.
It will tell you how much you will pay them. Because you are tight, you are bound.
Mm-hmm.
So it will make you look for opportunities to have money to do projects. And by looking for those opportunities to have money to do projects, you will be connected to people who are connected to that field. Because inability to look for money to make projects does not lead you, it helps you not to get to people who can help you. Because you know that you can just use your 200,000 and use it. But if you know that you want to shoot a movie and that movie will cost you 5 million, you will not sleep in the night.
Even if it's 200,000.
You will not sleep.
You look for that.
How do I make this money? Okay, I need this particular character on my set. I admire this actor. I like the way this person acts. I want this person. But this person is a professional actor and there will be the need of a contract form. And I need that character in this movie.
Imagine having 30 contracts on your table.
On your table.
For that project. Signing with 30 people.
Even if it's just 20,000 times 30.
We need that super experience to see how good it can be. You understand? So you as a producer,
that's 30,000.
You as a producer, you're moving around with 30
this like this.
contracts.
Then at the back of your mind, you are sweating.
Because now these contracts are 30 with 30 different agreements in 30 different ways with 30 different people. What? That's 30 different problems.
Okay, look at the case with the Nigerian situation with the veteran Kanayo.
Yes.
And the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
What was the strength of the final judgment of reconciliation and everything? Contract form. It's because there was a contract. If there was no contract, it would have been another story on social media. Mm-hmm. Because people had already started talking their own nonsense and so on. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a girl you are dating or it's a man you are married to, sign a contract form. There's a project I wanted to shoot in Kumba, and we did a contract form, and my wife was part of the cast, and I gave her a contract form and paid her. She was like, wait, is it not my husband managing this woman? I said, yes, your husband is in the house, but now it is somebody's business I am managing. So yeah, there's a contract form. Your name is scheduled, is it right? For them. We are paying you this amount. Do you accept? She said, no. I said, okay. She signed, I signed. The producer came and signed. The file is still in my office till date.
It's so important.
So it's not about whether my friend, my neighbor, my brother, my sister, my contract form is necessary. It gives value. It adds value to your art.
Yeah. It's needed.
It gives a lot of value to your art. It makes producers value you. It makes you also value producers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It makes directors value you, and it makes you also to value directors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you will not talk to a director anyhow on set, being tied by the contract form.
Yes,
the director also will not talk to you anyhow out of the decisions of the contract form. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because contract form is not just about money, it deals all with character and time, punctuality, everything is within a good contract form. It may be very brief, but it carries the summary of life.
Yeah, very important.
A good contract form.
The
It may be
lifespan of
very
that
brief,
production.
but it carries a summary of life as far as that production is concerned, because it talks with the finances, it talks of character, it talks of society. A lot of filmmakers criticize me. A lot don't like me. Even those who pretend and turn around, a lot don't like me. And some feel that I don't know. I know. I'm aware. But you will not stop me from doing what I'm doing, because I know I'm doing the right thing. And when I keep... So people who want to do the right thing, promote the industry, they are the ones that are hated. Because we have selfishness and we mix it with our politics. Let the work just stand. We have people who are just they are bureaucratic. They just want to occupy an office, stay there and be having their name, and their time expire, they go again for another election. No, we don't need that in the industry now. We need those who can work. We need presidents, directors, board chairs. We need people who can walk to a set and say, I want to see the contract form of all the actors here. We need people who can stop a production and say, let's see your permit. Because when you are doing those things like that, the lives of the actors are at stake. If you come to a set where there are no contract forms and you stop the production that they should do contract form, it's helping those actors. Because if somebody dies there, if they pick them up, okay, you want to use gun, let's see your permit. Because if they arrest you tomorrow, it is that same Cameroon film industry that will call to come and be fighting, running up and down for you. We need people who will work. Are the ones there not working? No, they are working, but they should add their effort and learn to appreciate some people who are pushing things far. Selfishness has caused a lot of problem in our industry. That's why even the contract form issue is a problem. It's a problem.
This contract form issue, I think, is something that has to be looked into, because it will bring a lot of structure, work projects. People will actually concentrate, because now, if you have to call any actor, because why go on a project when they are paying this person and not paying you? So at least let me have a contract for free. Because now us talking about contract is not for you now to say, okay, no, know your level, because if we go into contract today with everyone in the industry, know you that actually you'll be valued as of your person, as of your performance, and a lot of things. A lot of you crying out there that you're not being given the role which you're supposed to be given. You'll be given the actual role at that particular time. Why? Because contracts are supposed to be signed, and sign me a contract for free.
Yeah.
That one will be better.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there are a lot of closures we should be seeing into. I think this contract thing and looking at who matters in the industry and the rest is a very, very important thing the industry should be looking into. Production houses, I think the Actors Guild should seriously lay emphasis on this particular one to bring it as an awareness. They can send memos out, talk to their people, other guilds, because I think it affects the Actors Guild more before any other one. We have other guilds being affected, but the Actors Guild affects it more.
And you know, this lack of contract form thing makes actors not to work. They don't work themselves.
Yes.
Just like you said, if you know that there is a contract form and you will be paid, or you will not be paid, you will do it for free, but there is a contract form. Somebody is being paid and you are not paid, but you are doing it for free. You know that you are starting. It will help you to work. I saw Nigerians working until I was ashamed. These people have a lot of script until they have developed all kind of method. You see them with earpiece, they are not listening to music. A lot of you think that when they put earpiece and they come on set and they are doing your man, they are not listening to music. Their earpiece, their phone is doing them a replay of scripts. They have done a voice interpretation into their phones. So when they are coming on set, because they have too many scripts on their table, no time to go around. So they are learning a lot through that. They are working themselves. You see them go to the gym. They go and work. You want to act a role as a nice boy, a boy who's doing this. They go and they pay for the gym. They do all these things because this build-ups works for their payment.
I tell you, we need reasons why people should start focusing on the industry full time.
Yes.
Because now, how many actors do we refer to as making, living, and everything coming from the
From
actual industry?
From the industry. Very few.
Very few, and very few.
Very
And even
few.
the ones who decided to do that are actually wanting to leave very soon.
Very few.
Because still they go on set without contracts. Because this contract issue hits everywhere. Like
So,
it hits everywhere.
It's important. It's important, and I think it's a serious message which Passion TV is passing out there, so that people should really take this into consideration. And producers should not feel bad if an actor approach you to say that, please, I need a contract form. Don't feel intimidated. Don't feel insulted. No, the person is right. Don't intimidate the person and say, contract form for what? How much can your face even give me? You are talking about contract form. I'm struggling. I'm managing to even showcase you. You are using somebody's talent.
No, of course, we'll have this conversation if it's not controlled at the hem. We need a memo from the level of the Actors Guild. The Actors Guild is supposed to make this a mandatory something. As an actor, if you're to appear on a set, go for your contract. If this one is settled, then we can talk about the control. Because now, person A can demand for a contract form, while person B will just go on the set for free.
Yes.
Without a contract form. So now, you that is demanding for the contract form will be looked at as the bad one. So if it's something that's supposed to be done, the administration is supposed to go a step ahead to actually be able to control this. So actors who are not going through this particular should be controlled somehow.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
They've been saying it. Like I said in our last GA,
Mm-hmm.
we actually said that. But you see, I will still come back to the point that my problem is the target for now. The problem for now is not majorly the administration,
Okay.
but the people.
Okay.
Place your value, people will follow it. You may suffer for it. You may go through a lot of processes and silent, painful moments. But when people understand your value, one day the right people will come for it.
And actually sit behind the scenes and work.
Yes.
If you know you're not that value, if you know your value is still to be worked on, go a step ahead and work.
So now,
Work on yourself.
you see a mother like my Chando Glory.
Mm-hmm.
There are things you will not bring close to her and she will just accept. All the Mami donors and the rest, they have a value tag they have put for themselves. Now, most time when they say some of these things, you think that is pride. No, it's not pride.
Let's adjust the industry.
It's not pride. They have their value.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the contract form?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asks you contract form, you are now looking at the person like the person is not qualified.
It's good mentioning this. I also think of the fact that okay, we could also start from them, like this. The let's say the administration, because these two happen to be the actors.
The actors.
So I think
I'm talking. I'm an actor.
yes. Let's put it from the administration.
Yeah.
If the administration can put it like okay, a selected few. Let's forget about the young people. Let's say okay, person A, B, C. Let's call about 15 of us, 20 of us, and say okay. As of this day, henceforth, none of us appear on any project without a contract.
Yes.
So, if it can be done from that particular level and it's being preached, because if this decision is taken today, it will enter the producers tomorrow.
Yes.
Because all the calls being made will be rejected. They'll be like, okay, no, contract. So, it'll be something normal.
And the weight will be when you don't have the replacement of those persons.
Yes.
Because that's where we also have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of persons are now afraid because of all of that.
Yeah.
They know that, okay, if I say that, if there is no contract form, I will not do this.
Yes.
Then we are about 7 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 are already calling, come, I'll do them.
Mm-hmm.
Come, I'll do them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can stay for about 4, 5, 6 years. You are not gone on any set.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there is also that fear.
So that's why we need the call in the room. And this one is adjusted. Because if it's done, our veterans will be respected.
They will be respected. That's
We
it.
want a respect going to the level of our veterans. And I think with the contracts can actually bring in the value.
Yeah.
So if you're going on a set, you are actually being paid. I mean, imagine you are appearing on 10 sets a year with a contract.
With a contract
You'll be a very good one.
and a good contract.
You'll be a good one for the year that you've gone on 10 sets, contracted. In whatever way the contract may have been, there must be a level of value in this particular
So
movie.
let individuals place value on themselves and insist on this contract form and what they want. If their act is beneficial and needed, they will be looked for.
To be looked for.
For example, I have a principle. No set, unless I decide, no set keeps me out on Sunday. No movie set. So when you are contacting me as a producer, I tell you my acting ends on Saturday. If you need me on your set, Sunday, count me out. Please. Not because I am proud. I'm a pastor.
Yeah.
I'm a churchman. I run a personal ministry. I must be in church on Sunday unless I am out of this country. And even if I'm out of this country, the nation, wherever I am, on Sunday I must go to church. Now somebody will say that, but must you only go to church on Sunday? It's my personal decision. And I have
It's your
explanation
value. It's your value.
to nobody. It's my value. So I have lost jobs because of that. I've lost money because of that. I've lost movie sets because of that.
Of course,
I've lost.
and it means nothing because it's your
It
value.
means nothing. It's my value.
It's your value. You can't trade
It's my
that.
value. There was a project they were to go to Nigeria and they were to leave to start. It was to be Sunday to Sunday. And they were to leave order at one time. I told the other actors, I said, listen, if we are not going after service or after 12, please, you people can go. I will not join you. They had to travel. They came. We sat there. I finished what I was doing. We traveled and went and still reached in Nigeria when Nigerians have not even arrived on set.
You see, you have sold your value for nothing.
That is it. I'm bringing this point to make us understand that if we start talking about contract form, we may go through the stress of not having job for some time. They will not be forever.
Will not be forever.
Because there will be people who value that. There are
course.
people who value administration. They value decency and order.
I tell you, see, we don't have business talks ongoing in the industry because of this lack of order.
Yeah.
Because if people are producing their projects objectively, they'll understand the value of promotion
and all of that.
All of that, all the administrative, the media tours and the rest, you understand the value if you've got the money. Not everyone will become a producer, and actors will be valued. We'll have objective premieres targeting real people.
That's another thing of this point you have just brought of premiere also. You know, see, we need a contract form because most of our producers, they have problem with actors because of premiere. You acted in my movie, you are not selling tickets. Movie that you acted there, you are not advertising the movie. The movie you acted there, you didn't come for the premiere. I know mine. It's okay. I'm seeing people's wickedness. Now they cast you on the ground of you came for the premiere or you did not come for the premiere. It determines the next. These things, see, we need to there is a lot to be done in Cameroon, and you find people who don't know anything. When you want to educate them, they don't want to learn.
Of course, and the premiere aspect happens to be the only grounds on which that producer, that production house, and whatever will make its money back.
That is it.
So when you boycott such a thing, it means
there is an issue.
No future for the next project.
You cannot hold an actor for not coming for a premiere of a movie when you have not stated it in a contract form. That's why we keep saying that contract forms should be available. Yeah. Because all of these things will be there. What if I'm done with this project and the day of your premiere I'm in the United States? And it happens that I'm not there. Your premiere may be going on when I'm having another project somewhere on another set. I've signed a contract form with them. Now what do we agree? If you don't give me a contract form and I agree that I will be on your premiere, you have no right to hold me. If we don't do a contract form and I agree that after that I will sell tickets. Those clauses, that's what I'm talking about, clauses on our contract form. Those clauses should be stated in our contract. Pre, production, post. What do I do? What am I supposed to do? What am I doing now? And what will I do in future as far as this production is concerned? Where is my beginning point and my ending point? The contract form would speak all of this, because all of these things will be inside the payment.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that the contract form will carry that, okay, you are going to use your image to talk about this movie for a month. Do you agree? You say yes. Because contract form also, what you agree, you accept. What you don't agree, you people talk. You discuss.
So the adjustment is done.
You adjust it before you move on.
Yeah.
If you are not comfortable with that character, so that you will not also have high blood.
Yes, it's important.
That this character did not come sell, because I have realized that in Cameroon is becoming a problem.
It's an issue because now imagine, because like I said, when we're talking about the issue of audition and payment,
Yeah.
I said, okay, now a production house or a producer has got just the premiere to make money.
To make money.
So if the ingredients and the strategies men put together to make them succeed for their premiere is not respected, like an actor boycotting the premiere, an actor not promoting a premiere, it becomes a very big problem. So there's need for contracts in the industry so we can make money.
Very, very important.
Yes, so we can make money. People should take
Because
their
if
stuff
the contract
seriously.
form holds everybody on that set,
Yeah.
concerning the premiere,
Mm-hmm.
the contract form holds everybody on that set concerning the selling of the tickets,
Mm-hmm.
then there is a possibility for you to make your money double.
Of course, because now imagine a contract form talking about you selling a ticket and you've got 10%
10%.
from each ticket you sell.
Now, a contract form, first, there is no contract form, no clause is made, no statement is made, and you are coming out to hold me for not selling ticket or for not coming for the premiere. I will ask you if we had any contract.
That is the point.
You have no point. What you are dealing now is you want to work on my conscience.
Imagine if I'm selling a ticket to gain 10%. I will go on my platform and actually
10,000.
a ticket of 10,000. Meaning I'm making 1,000 francs out of every ticket, which means I'll go on my platform and pray everyone buys a ticket for me, so I get money from it. See, this lack of contract form is killing the. See, I'm just looking at millions hiding behind contract forms. I think this one should be a conversation.
Yes, and it was not taken. Let me just believe that it was not taken serious because maybe no TV station or radio or program have really taken time to really explain the benefits, the seriousness of the contract form. Maybe it has always just been that shallow, but like some of these details we are seeing now, some persons will be learning from this program to know the seriousness and the importance of that contract form, that is not something to run away from. It's rather for your benefit. It covers you, it helps you, it gives you honor, it gives you value, it gives you a grandeur. It puts a lot into your career. It brings in a lot. It guides you. It helps you yourself to be disciplined. It helps you.
No talent is a freelancer.
That's it.
No. That's why I tell people this freelancing stuff, we talk about it too much in the entertainment industry, especially with us. But check industries that are organized, like the football industry. All these ones, they work with contract managers, this, public, everything is put together.
Then you hear the money they are making.
It makes them good.
This one is, they sign this person into this club, is being paid 200 million yearly. This one into this club is being paid this amount. This one into this. The music industry, we are signing this person with this amount. This one is doing this, doing this. What is happening with us in the film industry?
I think our veterans need to look at this because we want our veterans to actually look fresh on screen.
Of
want
course.
our veterans
Of
part
course.
to actually look like they are making life
That is it.
out of this particular movie industry. And I think if we can look at this value from this perspective,
Yeah.
with the value, people will actually drive cars on set.
Yeah.
People will actually say, okay, I make a living from this.
It will
You
change a
encourage your children.
Yeah.
Let's check the Nigerian industry right now. There's no filmmaker in Nigeria who will stop and you will not find any member of their family,
Coming in. There's a replacement of the next generation.
There is, and these
And
guys
they are
are
doing the next
actually putting their children in.
That is it.
A person like Kanayo,
Yes.
he's now his production manager is a son.
Yes.
He's fully into the industry. The father is infusing the young man into the industry.
What of Chiwe Talagu?
That's what we are talking about.
He's
Pet Edoche.
The son,
That's
how
what
many
we're
of
talking
the
about.
Doches are in the industry?
This is what we are talking about.
Chiwe Talagu, one of the son is an engineer. We were talking with him the last time I was in
I had a
Nigeria.
podcast here. That's a director, a producer,
Yes.
who doubles as also a distributor, was saying Now, not my child. I can't reach my child coming into the industry. You are a filmmaker
Can you imagine?
in an industry, something. And my reply to him was that you better know what your child is watching. Because
That
what
is
you're
it.
saying right
Yeah.
now is not what you're doing.
That is it.
Your child is looking at that which you're doing, and the child will admire it. You're not watching your child come into the industry because of what you know. This conversation has to be met with. Because if we can learn from them, they are actually putting their children in, replacing them as the next generation, forcing, you know what it means to make your child to want to do what you're doing.
What you are doing.
It's actually forcing them into it, making them see reasons why they need to join the industry. I think this conversation is something we need to have.
It's very, very important.
Yeah,
And
it's important.
I must really appreciate what you are doing, because what you are doing is really helping the nation.
It's value talks.
Yes.
That's why we are here to
It's
talk
really
about
helping the nation
values and the rest.
to bring out, because whether we like it or not, people watch it. People watch it and they will learn from it. Young actors, upcoming actors, they are watching. Veterans also are watching, and it will change a lot of persons, a lot of things. And I just pray that the right persons keep coming to push this vision.
Yes, we'll work on it. Mr. Kenjo, was a good one having you on the podcast today. We've had this conversation, and we believe that from the angle to which you've taken us into the spirituality, making us to understand that being spiritual, being an actor in this body of a spiritual person is not a problem. Actually encouraging young people out there, and some people who are people of faith, who actually see people on screen and they love, is to tell you that Mr. Kenjo, he has been 21 years. He's a general overseer and an actor, a producer and a director. So you yourself, you can also do that. Let's make this industry great again. There are conversations we need to have. So let's comfortably do business in different ways. It was really a good one having you on the podcast of today. So which message do you have for your Kumba people? What are you telling them? What are you telling Kumba people? And a brief articulation of your vision pertaining to the spiritual sons who can also be able to entertain and integrate these visuals and everything we do.
Yeah, thank you very much. To my Kumba people and the entire Meme community, the Kumba film community, Meme Actors Guild, unity is strength. And we should always be conscious of the fact that our unity is in diversity. Yes. If we are looking for perfect persons, we will never have. If we are looking for perfect leaders, we will never have one. But if we unite, even with their imperfection, we can produce something bigger and make Kumba great again. Because Kumba has been the brain behind filmmaking in Cameroon.
Yeah.
Kumba. Let that glory return. Let's forget about the past. Focus on the future, the common goal, what brought us together into the industry. Let love lead. And don't criticize and kill a man you are not close to, because you heard from another person.
Yeah.
It kills a lot. And to sons and daughters out there in the body of Christ, Christians who look at acting as a sinful world, a world where people go and commit immorality, people go and drink and get drunk and so on. It is not true. You become what you want, and you make yourself become exactly what you want to be. Even as a born again, you can succeed in the industry. We need more born agains into the industry so that iron can sharpen iron. We need more pastors into the industry. If we are condemning kissing, we are condemning all the romance and so on, then let's come in and show the non-kissing movies and act and do the things that will bring glory to God. Then we keep the Satan we keep seeing in the industry into the industry, so that we can keep that Satan away, and then we bring God into the industry. Let's not stand from outside to criticize. Let's come inside and help the system make it godly. Join me. I am a pastor, a servant of God, a vibrant one. My message has never changed. I've never. I still love Jesus. I belong to Jesus. I will die with Jesus. He's my best friend. I will preach him everywhere, in and out of this nation, till the day I die. Jesus is my love. Thank you.
Jesus is his love. So, which message do you have for the Cameroon film industry as a whole? What are you anticipating for the industry? What do you hope for? And what's your message to the veterans out there, people of your age? I mean, a clear message to the entire industry.
Um, let's add value to our arts, to the entire industry. Let's add value to our arts. Let's keep favoritism aside and go in for business. To the veterans, be the real coach to the younger generation and help tell them the truth that will help them go forward, no matter how costly it may be. Yes, we need to add value to the industry, to our arts. Let the authorities now begin to look into some of the things they neglect and think is not important, especially this contract form issue. Leave the high seat, go down on set and find out what is happening. It will help a lot in the industry. We will discover a lot of things that we need to help. Thank you.
Wow, that was a message from our bishop, our actor, our director, and producer in the 237 industry. And there was an interesting one having him today on the Value Talks. And believe me, I know you've got a lot of questions to ask him. I know you've got a lot of contribution, okay? The number on your screen, feel free, okay, to comment, ask your questions, give your contribution. He will react to them and also make you understand that which you want to understand. Is a good one. I know you want to have him again on the platform. We will invite him again for us to have conversation pertaining to that which is now ongoing, pertaining to the levels to which is going, because we want to actually preach the industry good to you. We want to make you know that the movie industry is an industry you can come in, you can have it as your job, you can have it on your ID card. If they ask you what's your profession, you say I'm an actor. So it's the reason why we're on this podcast today, trying to preach the industry to you. So I know you want to have our I don't know, our bishop, our director, our actor, Kejo Andreas again on the platform. So our Kumba people, okay, let love lead. Let's make the industry great again. Kumba has always been a place of reference. I remember when I just joined the industry, I was always in Kumba because of one meeting or the next, and all the big references and the rest. I mean, there was no mention of three names in the industry without us hearing a name from Kumba. So Kumba can become great again. So let's make the industry become great again. Was a good one today on Value Talks. Please, if you had value out of this particular video of today, make it sure you like, comment, and share. If you're watching us online, making sure you subscribe, okay? You keep having good topics like this pertaining to the industry on our platform. Here on Passion TV, I will say you should keep watching Passion TV, okay? Keep watching Passion TV. Stay glued. We'll bring you premium Cameroon films. We will have conversations like this, so you actually help us with your contribution to that which we can be doing with our movies. Behind the cam today, we had DOP1 was Goddy Graceman on the first camera. DOP2 we had Elume Jordan. DOP3 we had Mr. Trinity, who doubles as a sound engineer for today. Thank the manager, Mr. Elume Jordan, for granting us his space here at the studio to record for today. Was a good one. Thank you.